and they don't care because the money keeps coming. But this Mazi, Simon, Manzi, Namdi, and Dr. Cho Lucas Nyikwa generation is a no-nonsense generation. Generation of Ambazonian youth and Biafran youth are a no-nonsense generation.
Akụkọ ụwa anyị lewetara gị si n'ọwara igwe okwu Okwute BTV ka o si wee labịara gị. Onye ọma na-ege ntị, ọ bụla ihe anyị na-eme na-amasị gị, anyị si gị tụsaa ya ka ọ rụsi ikwu ma rute ibe. Tupu anyị agaala irula akụkọ ụwa anyị nwere tata, anyị chọrọ ime ka ị mata na ofu gọọmenti ka anyị nwere n'ala Biafra bụ Biafra Republic Government in Exile, bụ ụgbọ jeje ibulata USB bulata ya ụlọ. Mgbe uketochi gị nso ka ntị ya ga-azụ ndị esi m oru. Achọrọ m ime ka ị matala oge okele ọhịa dịrị mụ na gị ịkwado ndị agha Biafra akpọrọ Biafra Defense Force na mkpirisi ịchafụ akpọrọ ha BDF. Kwado ndị agha ala ọha naanị ha jenye anyị mmeri mana ị nọ n'ọsịla ọgbasada gị nsogbu ahịrị ihe ruru ụtara gakwara mmiri ofe. Graziani isiokwu na-eso akụkọ nke ụbọchị tata. BDF bụ Biafra Defense Force akpaala mba ụlọ Okigwe steeti la anyị ji anya mmiri werela agwa gị la dịka ala akwa mgbọ wuti ndị mba ogbuara ọbara bụ ndị terọristi bụ ndị Boko Haram Nigeria ka otu onye BDF bụ onye agha nke ndị Biafra nwụrụ n'ime ọgụ ahụ. Otu aka ahụ anyị na-emekpa ka ịmatala ọ bụghị la ọgụ ahụ bịakwala anyị nwekwa mmeri n'ime ọgụ ahụ dịka ndị agha anyị gburu ọtụtụ ndị Boko Haram bịara ije ahụ. Otu aka ahụ ha jikwa iwe were jeela ụlọ onye agha anyị ama dịka nje mekọp were gbaa ụlọ ya ọkụ. Ọkwa inye anya mmiri bụrụ ihe nwute wee na-agwa gị bụ nwa Biafra lege ntị dịka ilege akụkọ ụwa nke mgbede a ka ịkwado ọdịmma ma nwere onwe nke ala Biafra siteli iti ejemma gị bụ ego ka anyị ji ya were zọta ala anyị. Esi na ọkwa sịlọ gbasada gị mgbe egbucha ndị kwụ ọtọ nke nwa bụ onye n'ala a ga-abịapụzikwa were pigbuo gị. Tupu anyị apịachie grezie ka ya nwaba akụkọ si were mee ka ịfụ ka kpọtọkpọtọ si were gbaa n'ihu efi mana ọ ga-adị mma ka ị gecha akụkọ ụwa ịtụsaa ya ka o rute ikwu wee rute ibe. Ihe anyị na-agwakwa na ego iwu nke ịtụsaa ya.
The president of the Ambazonian Governing Council, as you all know, is incarcerated in Norway under the same gymnastics that are happening here in Finland. We all know what they are looking for. They are afraid of this present African generation. They are afraid of this present African youth because they are enjoying the economic, the economic autopilot that they have instilled in Africa with our forefathers. So the wealth they receive from Africa is on autopilot. That's why you see our African presidents are all shaking and they don't care because the money keeps coming. But this Mazi, Simon, Manzi, Namdi, and Dr. Cho Lucas Nyikwa generation is a no-nonsense generation. They are afraid we are going to shake it. We have a message for them. They are too late. This generation of Ambazonian youth and Biafran youth are a no-nonsense generation. This is a stop generation. This is a generation that will trample on anything that wants to stop prosperity. We are all here because we want to bequeath a better future to our children than the nonsense we inherited. We are here because we want to do something to our children that is different from what our forefathers didn't do for us. We are not here because we love guns and we like to fight. We are here because it's the only way for us to stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the Ambazonian Governing Council was supposed to be here, but because of a cold, he couldn't make it. but he's aware I'm stealing the show. There comes a time in a man's life when he is born, or a she, depending on how the case may be. I'll use he because women are already taking over the world. Let me make men to be proud. When a man is born, he is taught and encouraged to creep. Then he is taught and encouraged to walk. Then a man is sent to the pre-nursery and nursery school for self-discovery. When you discover yourself, you are sent to primary school for further self-discovery. And the first step of that further self-discovery is how to read and write your own name. When you are able to read and write your own name, you have attained the first step of self-discovery. Then you start discovering that this is my mother, that is my father. My mother is different from my neighbor's mother. My father is different from my neighbor's father. This is my compound. This is our village. This is our city. This is our town. This is my country. When you arrive the level where you say, this is my country, you have reached the PhD level of discovery. But when you realize that this is my country, and you realize, because the highest state of discovery is knowing your country. No matter how much money you have, if you don't have a country you can call your own, you are like a king without a stool. In Amazonia, the stool is what makes the king. But I think in Biafra land, it is the crown. So however it may be, if you have so much money, billions of dollars or pounds somewhere, and you don't have a country that you can be proud of, you are like a king without a crown. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come of age. We are now matured. We now know our country, but there is a problem. Let me use the case of Biafra. The crown of our country is on the head of a foreigner. In the case of Amazonia, the person sitting on the stool in Amazonia is a foreigner, poking us on our nostrils. We cannot breathe. They wear our crown, rape our children, rape our economy, turn us to slaves, turn our mothers into girls, turn our fathers into boys, and cause all kinds of calamity that cannot be done to mankind, putting us on our crown and sitting on our stool. We are crying and shouting. Finland is not listening. It's not because they don't see it. They see it, but they have other interest. We are shouting and demonstrating all over the world. I remember we demonstrated in Brussels, Amazonia and Biafran demonstration, the 2 million man march in Brussels. Who listened? Nobody. But they are fast as picking us up, picking human rights activists up. It is the same Europe who watched South Africa, the white people in South Africa turning black people into semi-humans. They use black people to train their dogs and cats. Yeah. I will do that. Like I said, when it comes to the freedom of Africa and African people, I'm a dog that is difficult to be tamed. Because at least someone needs to face these guys eyeballs to eyeballs. I am a soldier. I call myself the barefoot soldier. Man lives today and tomorrow he is no more. Something must kill a man. So, as South Africa used the black people to train their dogs, you all watch on TV how they were doing all of these things. This same Europe was watching and saying nothing. When Nelson Mandela, the great Namzi Nelson Mandela, stood up to say enough is enough, they caught him, put him to prison, and called him what? A terrorist. Same people who were watching how blacks were being killed called him a terrorist. And I quote Margaret Thatcher. Called him a terrorist. When South Africa was free, it is the same people who were calling Nelson Mandela His Excellency. Hypocrites. I bet you not long from now, His Excellency will appear. And let me tell you most solemnly, my lady, the crimes you are accusing my leader of committing are not 1/3 of what Norway did when they were fighting for their independence. Show me a country that fought for her independence and somebody did not die. Show me one. Norway had to kill internal enablers. Norwegians who were supporting the oppressor, Norway killed them all of them. They didn't take them to court or anything, they killed them. And today they are shouting, human right, human right, human right. Hypocrites. So you see, the reason why I don't write my speeches, is because I don't want my speeches to end like UN documents. UN every day, they write the store, they don't follow. I want to say what I'm saying, let it come from my heart. And if you're arresting me for it, I will be able to defend it. I want to say what I say that has come from my heart, that I can follow up tomorrow, not storing in a file somewhere that will never be retrieved. When the Rwandan genocide happened, these fine men, they're not fine men anyway, these men in suits got into a house called UN and they said, never again shall it happen. Is it not happening in Amazonia? Is it not happening in Biafra? Where are they? Where are they? They shouted, never again shall it happen. They also wrote in a document, preventive diplomacy must be put in play. It ended on that paper. Where is the preventive diplomacy? They keep on allowing old men as presidents, covering dictators, and everything is okay because the present economy, they enjoy it. They don't care about human rights. So we should be very careful. Don't depend on any organization. If they come in, when they come in towns to our lobby group, when they come in, we will receive them. We will accept them and we'll be happy. But don't depend on them now. Keep walking. They'll meet you somewhere. Because he who is fighting must be ready to give some punches before he got some support. You will not imagine that the so-called African Union is not left out. That's a toothless bulldog. There is nothing like African Union. Those are people put in place to calm down people like us who are seeing things differently. They are stooges. This is South Africa. Some of us who were born in the 70s contributed money to help fight apartheid in South Africa. This same South Africa, there is genocide going on in Biafra land. There is genocide going on in South Africa, in Amazonia. But South Africa see the genocide in Palestine. They don't see the genocide in Africa. What is wrong with black man? They are taking Netanyahu to court when Paul Biya is sitting there. This is, I cannot phantom it. What those guys are smoking, I don't want to smoke it, even in little doses. So, my dear people, be aware and know that you are on your own. And when you know that you are on your own, you are better prepared. And you cannot prepare without ego. Ego. So please, we have seen that injustice is now the law. So resistance must be your duty. So as you leave this hall tonight, leave this hall like Jehovah's Witnesses. Leave this hall like Olumba delegates. Preach the gospel of Biafra, and that gospel now is the finance to put everything in play like you have been doing. So please get the money. Let me not talk too long. It's just 15 minutes. Thank you so much.